the news today as well. There's just a few, fair few comments that have come in from CM Punk, and just a few little bits and bobs. There's a really interesting comment, actually, that I want to kind of read. It was from Lance Storm, who obviously used to be a wrestler, now works with Wrestling Observer Live, and kind of does the stuff with Brian Alvarez. And he was talking about why he didn't like CM Punk Roman Reigns, and the promo that went down the other day. So I was just going to dig into that a little bit. So Lance Storm said, I get frustrated when promos start and they seem to be milking and playing into the crowd, singing and interacting. I lose interest. I turned off that promo. I said, I'll just watch the clips of the important parts later. They lost my interest before it got good. There's been a tendency from WWE where you can tell if the crowd start anything, the person in ring just pauses, tries to let them go further. And I got annoyed by it quite a long time ago. I come to the conclusion that the important parts will just be on social media in 20 minutes. I'll save the time and effort. They're overly concerned with elongating that, playing into that, milking that. And it's just not why I watch wrestling. I tune into a show to listen and see the stars. I don't tune into a show to listen and hear from the fans. If they're popping, then great. But when you can tell that they are actively trying to milk it and make that thing stand out on the show, then personally, I'm not going to stay around for it. I'm not exactly the target demo. My review is that they need to grab my attention better. Well, that's honestly, I think, the first negative review that I've heard of that promo. But to be honest, it's not really specifically about that promo, is it? It's more Lance Storm saying, I'm just not a fan of people doing that in general, milking the crowd. And there is a lot that goes on. There is a lot of milking the crowds. I mean, blimey now, look at what they do with entrances. Look how long they milk the crowd with entrances. Look what they do with Seth's entrance and Jay's entrance and all of that. So, yeah, interesting. Hello, Glotness says, pro relationship tip. Don't ever help your girlfriend or wife do something, because when you do, you're saying that she sucks at whatever the task is. Oh, sounds like there's been a bit of drama in Glockness's households. I'm sensing there's been some drama. Interesting. Okay, so we have got to do a bit of a preview. I was just reading some of the news, catching up with what's gone down today. Not loads by the looks of it, to be honest. Becky said she was going to take a break from social media and then about an hour later returned. And Uriah Connors has confirmed that he has dropped out of Chase U. We saw that last night on NXT. Carmella is interested in that NXT GM's position. Would we like Carmella to come back and take that role? Okay, not loads of news, but we do have a bit of a preview of Evolve. There's a nice preview. Word is that Royce Keys could be going to SmackDown as well. Let's go over to the preview whilst we are... Let's move this book out the way. It's going to interfere. Don't want that. We want that. There we go. Okay, so Jackson Drake versus Cam Hendricks. The Evolve Championship is on the line tonight. Carly Bright takes on Tyra May Steele. It's going to be great to see Tyra May Steele. I'm a Tyra May Steele fan. As much as Kendal grabbed attention, I think Tyra May Steele can do the exact same. She is such a good in-ring competitor, Tyra May Steele. I think Tyra May Steele is that next cab out of the rank. I think you might have took Kendal Gray, but we've still got Tyra May Steele. So Carly Bright against Tyra May Steele. Tyra May Steele, of course, an Olympic gold medalist. Yeah. WWE are never going to shut up about that. Nor should they. Dante Chen taking on Trill London. Sam Holloway, my boy, my guy, although I'm not keen on the beards, taking on Drake Moreau. So, championship match, Tyra May Steele match, Dante Chen match, and Sam Holloway, who I worry looks like a bigger Zack Ryder at the moment. I'm just not keen on this look. I think he could have something really unique and distinctive. He's a big guy. I think he's got an interesting look. But if he's just going to make himself generic wrestler number 5, I don't think that's the best way to use him. But that is our breakdown, our preview of what we've got for Evolve. So we do have another Evolve on deck this evening. I hope that everyone's doing well. As we said, we were just looking at some of the bits of news that's kind of done the rounds today, and there is not loads, but I did think those Lance Storm comments were quite interesting. The first negative comments that I've seen in regards to that fantastic Roman Reigns CM Punk promo. Glockness said, Royce Keys, I know there is sentimental emotions behind that name, but it does suck as a wrestler's name. Big Tony K said, Daze, I thought NXT was a lot better in the weeks prior, but I'm still giving it a 1. It's got a lot of work to do for it to get at least a 7. Well, I thought it was better. I thought that the ladder match definitely helped. I thought that it was better than maybe what we saw from some of the Raws and SmackDowns of last week. Obviously, this week was massively helped with the Roman Punk promo. But, yeah, I mean, that ladder match was a lot of fun. I think there was a lot of story progression as well this week. You know, we had Jada being attacked by Blake. We had Kalani attacking Lola. Izzy retaining her championship. Obviously, we had 2 championship matches. The most important, of course, being the one that Joe Hendry got his hands on. But a bit of progression in regards to making Keanu Carver look like a beast. Elio LaFleur still looks great. So, yeah, really great talent there. So, lots to be excited about, I think, with NXT. Most people came away from yesterday's show quite positive. But I do think that main event papered over a few cracks. There was a few little frustrations that were around, so it was far from perfect, but we can give a few flowers. Hello, Hassan, Game Pro Gamer. Hope you're well, buds. Dean said, I think they need to make Seth Rollins' song different. Yeah, I'm bored of it, to be honest. Alex Bliss Gamer, hello. Hope you're well. I would love Carmella to be the next GM. Yeah, NXT GM Carmella. It could be a good role for her. I think her in-ring career, I mean, she could definitely come back and have a run. She could definitely, I wouldn't be down on her having another run, but her coming back and being like a full-time talent, I don't know. I don't know if that ship has maybe sailed. Hard to say, to be honest, because there's always opportunities popping up. So, I mean, I don't know if that door is permanently closed. I mean, Brie Bella just came back after being away for 7 years. So, I know that part of that is because she's going to be in a tag team with Nikki, but what would stop Carmella coming back and being in a tag team with someone? So, I don't know. I say that her in-ring might be done, but I suppose you never know, really. I suppose you never know. But, yeah, I could understand her being interested in it. I could get behind that as well. Steve said, just blast through the crowd responses like Izzy Dame does and ignore anything else the crowd does. Yeah, I don't agree with Lance Storm there. I think there's a bit of old man bitterness there, which that is game recognizing game, right? That is kind of pot recognizing kettle. Old man bitterness. So, just, I don't know, sometimes you can find yourself just not in the mood. Sometimes you can find yourself just not in the right headspace. He wants to listen to what they've got to say, but, I mean, the fans are a part of the show. I mean, we're very critical if the crowd are dead. You know, we'll jump on if like the crowd have been a bit flat. Like, oh my god, this match could do with the crowd being a bit more involved. So, I mean, you can't have your cake and eat it. I mean, you can't be critical of the crowd because they're quiet during a show, but then be upset when they're making noise during a promo. I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. I think what you want is an energetic crowd. I do think, though, that there are times where a crowd can go OTT. Like, actually, there's a lot of love for that French crowds at Backlash. People hold that up as the best crowd because, I mean, it was so noisy and boisterous. But I did detect that they became marks for themselves. Like, they weren't getting into the matches and oohing and ahhing and, like, really getting into the drama of the match. Like, there was times during those shows when we've been to France where that crowd is just partying. They are just singing their songs, dancing away, and they were kind of, I don't know, on a different wavelength to some of the action. Not all the time. You could find some examples where they're obviously reacting, but there are times I can find examples where there's times where there's a match going on, and rather than the crowd being like really into it and reacting to it and adding to it, they're actually just off having a great time. And I think like there's maybe times where you can criticize a crowd. I don't know that I would criticize a crowd making noise during a promo, though. I mean, I thought it was fine where Roman was like, do you want me to face Punk? Yeah. Do you want me to face Drew? Boo. I mean, that was like, he's got a decision to make, and he turned to the crowd to try and do it. And listen, they got all their lines out. They used the crowd well. The crowd were involved. I didn't think the crowd overstepped the mark. So, yeah, of course, I'm going to disagree with Lance's comments. I think a lot of people would, but I think that we can't have it. We can't have it both ways. We can't be down on a crowd when they're quiet for not adding to the show, but then be down on a crowd when they're making noise. You know. Hannah said, Daze, hypothetically speaking, what would main event night 2 as the bigger draw if retired and there's good stories heading into it? Cena, Rhodes, or Reigns, Rock? I think Reigns, Rock would be bigger because we've seen Cena, Rhodes. We did that last year and we did it at SummerSlam. So if we did that match again, then I feel like people have seen it. I mean, maybe if there was like, it was seen as last match, but I think you've milked that now by doing that. So I don't know. For me, Rock against Roman Reigns, that is the true dream match that we have not had. It's probably the biggest dream match I've got. It's the match I want to see because it's family. It's two different generations. It's arguably the two biggest stars of their generations. Of course, Stone Cold would have something to say about that. But yeah, I mean, Rock versus Roman. You think about how big Rock Hogan was. You think about how big Rock Cena was. I mean, it's crazy actually. The Rock has faced the biggest star of the 80s in WWE, which was Hogan. He's faced the biggest star in WWE in the 90s, which would have been Stone Cold. At WrestleMania, he's done Hogan, he's done Stone Cold. He's faced the biggest star of the 2000s, which would be Cena at WrestleMania. And I think the biggest star of the 2010s, certainly of the 2020s, is Roman Reigns. And he needs to tick that one off, doesn't he? So for me, I don't even see it as close. I think that Rock versus Roman would be the bigger one. And I'm basing that on just how big Rock Cena was and how big Rock Hogan was. Simply Better said, do we miss the days when champions had to defend every 30 days? Yeah. Or they would lose the belt. At this point, Kit Wilson could be the WWE Women's champion with how little Jade has defended. Yeah. I mean, what I would say is I think I'm a bit more flexible with it. So, for example, if you haven't defended for 40 days and then you defend twice quite quickly, maybe you do it on Raw and then you've got a pay-per-view, over that 60-day period, you will have defended twice. So you would have had your title defenses in. So some people would complain, yeah, but they didn't defend for 40 days and that's a problem. For me, that's okay. You know, you went a week or two over and then you got 2 quick title defenses in. So you defended twice in 30 days. I think the truth is some fans aren't even happy with 30 days in this day and age. If you actually sit down and point out and do the maths, there's a lot of people that do defend around that 30-day mark, but people still moan about it. I mean, for me, I think every 30 days is the rule. I don't think belts should be defended all the time. If you want to do that, do it with the mid-card belts. You know, if you want to do a weekly open challenge thing with the United States Championship, that's fine. That's great. I've been really enjoying it, and you can do that. You can do that for the Intercontinental. But only on the rarest of occasions would I want to do that with a world title. I would do that if Sammy became champ. Because if Sammy becomes champion, I don't think Sammy has got crazy aura. He's not the biggest of guys. I don't think he's going to be the new face of the company. I think that really if he gets there, it's because he's done everything right to warrant getting there. It's a bit like, if you're going to stop Sammy from being a world champion, you are sort of sending a message out that there's nothing you can do. If you are born a certain size, unless you've got some magic connection with the crowds, there's not much you're going to be able to do. Because I don't know how Sammy could be a better in-ring wrestler than what he is. I think his in-ring it's up there with anyone. I'd put it up there with where AJ Styles is right now. I think Sammy is very consistent with his match quality. I'm not going to say Sammy is as good as AJ over AJ's career. You know, I'm not going to say that Sammy has had as many amazing matches as what AJ did. But I am going to say that where AJ is at the moment, Sammy is of that level. And I think that Sammy has got the ability to put on some fantastic in-ring matches. I think that his promos are fantastic as well. Everything is great. It's just presentation and creative, which is largely out of his control. I mean, WWE choose his music. WWE chooses entrance and how they want him to perform it. WWE come up with his stories. He has got the ingredients. But yeah, for me, like, it's a case that WWE are the ones that are really dropping the ball. And so I think it'd be a real shame if he never gets there, because I do think that a large portion of the problems are out of his control. So I would like the belts to be defended every 30 days. I would only do that for a world title if the story required it. I think the story of Sammy being champion would require it, because he wouldn't be a multiple-time champion. He wouldn't be someone that would be the face of the company. Let's just have fun. Let's just put the World Heavyweight Championship on Sammy and have him do open challenges with the world title. But everyone else, I wouldn't bother. But yeah, I think I don't know about when Jade last defended. I mean, we could go on Cage Match and work it all out. I know it's been a long time, so I'm certainly not defending Jade. But I've got a bit more flexibility with it. But as long as, like, let's put it this way, as long as the world title gets defended at least 12 times in a year on TV or PLEs, I'm okay with that. If at the end of the year we can count up that each belt got defended 12 times, I would be okay with that. I don't know really at what point I would feel someone was taking the mick. I suppose if you're starting to go over 2 months without defending, I would have a problem, because you are taking the mick now. You're going to need to have 3 quick title defenses now to catch back up. So I suppose, like, there is a line, but I don't quite know where it is, But for me, like, each belt should be defended at least 12 times a year on TV or on PLE. And as long as we're doing that, I'm okay with it. Because I do think title matches should feel special. I do think we should work towards title matches. Title matches, you know, if you think about World Championship heavyweight boxing, those belts tend to get defended about 2, maybe 3 at most times a year. Same with UFC, actually. Those belts get defended maybe twice a year, maybe 3 times at most. And I know that WWE is different, and we don't have all of those belts. You know, we don't have a lightweight belt, we don't have a welterweight belt, we don't have a middleweight belt, so they can afford for those belts to be defended less. So I do understand that. But you're right, the old rule used to be every 30 days. I mean, I suppose what it was that you would basically build to the next PLE, wouldn't you? So you would build to, you know, who's going to fight for the belt at that month's show, and that month's show would have the WWE Championship, would have the Intercontinental Championship, would have the Tag Team Championships being defended. Sometimes you'd get a bonus TV title defense, but yeah, I would not count house shows. I think you expect the belts to be defended on house shows, and how often do they flip in change hands? So rare, it's probably not worth mentioning. So for me, 12 times a year, not including live events, I'm okay with that. But where you draw the line for like how long it takes someone to defend, I find that a little tricky to define as to where that line is. I certainly think if you're getting to like 50 days, 60 days and you haven't defended, yeah, I think I got a problem, yeah. Daze, I can't wait for next year when Saudi pays a lot of money to have Bret Hart Goldberg at WrestleMania 43. Settle a 30-year grudge. Long-term storytelling. Let's go. I'm here for that. Edward said, I've not looked to see what the match card is for tonight, but I looked online, finished removing snow and ice from a... Oh, I hope everything's okay. Still cold here as well. I've gone 2 jackets. They call me Daisy 2 jackets. That's how chilly it is here. Yeah, I can tell you the card because we ran it down earlier. It's Jackson Drake versus Cam Hendricks Evolve Championship being defended. Carly Bright versus Tyra May Steele. Dante Chen versus Trill London. Sam Holloway versus Drake Moreau. I think that's how you say his name. Drake Moreau. So, yeah, Sam Holloway, I like. I want to see more of him. Dante Chen, always fun. Tyra May Steele, big fan. I bought all the stock in Kendal Gray flipping months and months and months ago. I bought all the stock in Tyra May Steele. She is the next one that's coming out of Evolve. And Callie, of course. And then championship match. Yeah, big championship match. This could see Cam Hendricks pick up this belt. You might remember last week we did the whole takeover of the show. And it was okay. We had some fun with it. There was a few things I think we would have tweaked, changed. But, you know, by and large, it's set up this championship match tonight. The only down with it, or one of the downs with it, is kind of heel versus heel. There's not really anyone to root for. Cam Hendricks does not come across as someone that you want to see become Evolve champion. He's a bit of a douche as a character. I don't know him as a person, but as a character, he comes across like a bully, like a douche. You know, they were manipulating the show. Last week, Jackson Drake was in a 3-on-1 situation, became a 4-on-1 so that Cam could get the pin. So, I mean, you know, Cam's not a great guy, he's a heel. But Jackson Drake's a massive douche as well. Because he's part of Vanity Project, who have been brats, you know, preppy kind of... yeah, I mean, I don't know who you root for here, the ref. So that's the only weird thing about this match. Might have needed a baby face in there just to, you know, give us someone to root for. Maybe Sean Legacy. Perhaps this should have been a triple threat with Sean Legacy, but whatevs. We'll see what goes down. Glockness said it could be fun. Imagine if WWE did a Super Bowl halftime. That'd be good if they did that this year. They've done it before a couple of times. I think the last time they did it was like a big NXT match on the network, maybe, and it had like loads of wrestlers. That'd be good. I'd stream that if they did that this weekend. Epstein lol said, Daze, I would like a gimmick called the Latex Master to arrive. Make it scary, and not one wrestler wants to face them. Thoughts? Wow, Latex Master sounds a bit S&M, doesn't it? Sounds a bit kinky. So I'm not sure if you're going to get away with Latex Master on a PG product. You might need to tweak the name, but because the days of Gold Dust, I think, are behind us. The networks got very upset with Gold Dust back in the mid-90s. They had to tone it down. Jesus, could you imagine what the networks would say in 2026 in this world that we live in now? If you're upsetting and offending people in the mid-90s, what are you doing in the mid-2020s? Probably getting arrested. So in my mind, the Latex Master makes me think Gold Dust, and I don't think you're getting away with that in the modern world. Daryl said, do we think Oba will get the Lesnar treatment? Never hold a mid-card title, only world titles. Hard to say, innit? I mean, he's going to be a multiple-time world champion. He's going to be around that main event scene. But even Roman has had mid-card title runs. You know, he's been intercontinental champion. So how could we ever say if Oba will win a mid-card title? He absolutely could. There's absolutely no way of knowing. What I can say is that he's going to be a multiple-time world champion. I think we all see that. I expect him to main event at least one night of WrestleMania. It might be night 1, might be night 2. He could be a regular night 2 main eventer, depending on how things go. But very, very bright future. Glockness said, I think Daisy 2 Jackets is a better name than Royce Keys. Well, listen, if he is watching, I'd just like for him to know he can use that. He can have that as a name. Cam Hendricks, Anthony Luca, whatever he wants to go by is a genuine douche nozzle, said Rob. Oh, I don't know. I don't know anything about him. So yeah, I just know that the character is meant to be a heel, meant to be annoying. Does a pretty good job of it, actually. So can't say I'm particularly going in like, oh, come on, I hope he does it. I mean, if we do get a new Evolve champ, it'll be newsworthy because we've only ever had one. Jackson Drake was the first and only. He was the one and only. I am the one and only. So yeah, if we get a new champ, that'll be a talking point, you know. Be worth a mention somewhere. But yeah, I mean, we can't be down on the fact we got an Evolve Championship match tonight. Let's go. Latex Master sounds like a condom dispenser. Oh, you'd need a number at the end. It'd have to be like the Latex Master 5000 or something like that, you know. The Latex Master 219, 619. All the condoms come out in the shape of Rey Mysterio's mask. Yes. Epstein lol said, I want Cam Hendricks to change his gear. I can't picture what his gear looks like. I think they're tight shorts, trunks type thing, but I'll have to have a look at them tonight. I don't know, man. To be honest, he's not been around in Evolve all that long. So he's someone that we're still sort of kind of getting used to seeing. I couldn't tell you what his entrance looks like. I don't remember his entrance music. I mean, he's obviously a big athletic guy. He's obviously got a lot of potential. But yeah, at the moment, I mean, he seems like quite a confident talker. There must be a reason as to why they are presenting him front and center, you know? He is like the mouthpiece of this Team PC. He is kind of took that leader's role, and obviously he's getting this title opportunity. So they must think a lot about his confidence, his promo work. In ring, I don't have loads to go off, to be honest, but well, it'll be interesting. We can have a good look at it all tonight, obviously. Big Time said Daze Roman is main event in his 11th WrestleMania since 2015. Is that not overkill? And will it expose WWE's inability to build anyone even close to Roman? I don't think so. I mean, I don't think that we should be down on someone having that level of success. Obviously, WWE can choose who they want to main event, so you can always make the argument that, well, he's only done it because WWE have put him there. But I think that would be a bit misguided, because all the numbers say that Roman is the guy to put in that position. I've not done this in a while, right? And I'm actually going to do it now, and we can do it together. So let's go worldwide, because I always reference this, but let's go full screen. So this is Google Trends. Let's go Cody Rhodes. Okay, that's 24 hours, but let's go past 5 years. Web searches, United States, worldwide. We'll change it worldwide. Web searches. Yeah, I think web searches is probably good. Okay, so there's Cody's line, right, of like web searches online for the past 5 years. Okay. Let's add Roman Reigns. And that's Roman's line. So the red line over the past 5 years, and I believe this to be WrestleMania 40. Okay. So even after WrestleMania 40, even after Cody is champion, look at this red line here. With Roman being away, you know, it just, he is the average interest. I don't know what the numbers mean, but 16 for Cody, 44 for Roman. Let's go Jay Uso. Is going to be the yellow line. There's Jay's line. So 6 is the average interest for Jay. 16 is the average interest for Cody. 44. I mean, it's not even close. So I suppose the point that I'm making is that Roman, these are the sort of numbers that WWE see, because this is a lovely, quick, easy way of just looking at a glance, at a graph, at data over a long period, worldwide data that kind of doesn't leave you in much doubt that we've got to put Roman in a major match. So you can leave him off and try and build someone instead and try and, like, you know, invest in someone else. But I mean, wrestling is a business. And if you've got someone as hot as Roman Reigns, that's kind of like having Hogan during Hulkamania. It's like having Cena in the 2000s. It's like having Stone Cold in the Attitude Era. Like, Roman is far and away the leader, the number one. It's not even close. And there might be Cody fans up there that are getting a bit annoyed or getting a bit upset. We're talking data. We're talking numbers. We're talking facts, right? This isn't about, oh, he's your favorite, my favorite's better than your favorite. I ain't interested in that. I've got no interest in that, right? Facts are facts, and that is over this period. Even as of right now, we can see where they all sort of line up. So WWE, I don't see how they can not have him in main events and how they can't have him in big matches. Now, whether he should be fighting for titles or not is debatable, but last year he didn't. At WrestleMania last year, he main evented night one. He was in a triple threat and there was no belt in sight. He wasn't around the title picture. So he had kind of last year away from it. This year, you know, and don't forget last year, the ratings and everything, it weren't good. So, you know, as Roman said, you moved me out of the way so that we could build new stars. Well, it ain't worked, has it? I mean, creatively, you've had time. You've had last year's WrestleMania. You had SummerSlam. I mean, don't forget, Roman opened SummerSlam last year. He was in the opening match. Throwaway tag match with Jay against Braun and Bronson. So, you know, how long can he sit on the sidelines? You kind of moved him to the sidelines last year, and you dropped the ball. I mean, when we say 2025 was poor, it was poor, and there are repercussions to that. The repercussions are you didn't build the new stars at the rate that needed to be built. Some of it is on the stars, though, because don't forget, we tried to build Solo. I mean, Roman, I don't think, had a match at SummerSlam in 2024, because I think he came back on that show to go after Solo. The main event was Solo Cody. So that says that he loses the belt at WrestleMania 40. At SummerSlam, he's not in a match. The following WrestleMania, he is in the main event, but it's a triple threat and it's not for the title. Then at SummerSlam, he's in the opening match. And it's only now that he's coming back into a main event going for a title. Bottom line is, they had time to build stars, to, get people over. They dropped the ball. And I don't know how long you can ignore this. So this is why when Roman won, I was like, I'm okay with it. I mean, I really do understand. I think I do something that a lot of other people don't do. And I'm not saying anyone here, right? I'm not saying anyone in our chat or anyone in our community, but I'm just saying maybe from what I see online. And I always try to think, what would I do if I was in creative, right? I kind of automatically have that as a filter that is built in. I have it as a filter. That means that when I'm talking, that's like when we're talking about, would you turn John Cena heel? It's not about, is that what I want? I don't really talk so much about what I want, right? And I don't even know what I want anymore. I talk more about, I think if I'm in that creative room, genuinely, if this was that table and Triple H is sat there and I am asked my opinions, the stuff I say to you lot is the stuff I would say to him. And if he was to say to me, should we have Roman win the Rumble? My honest answer would be, I think that works because he's our biggest star and we need to send a message that he is back in the title picture, and we need to try and, create some energy. We need to create some buzz. And obviously trying to build a new star isn't necessarily going to work. That is going to be hit or miss, sink or swim. You have got to try and introduce, Obafemi to a load of people that don't know who Obafemi is. I mean, really, a lot of people might have seen Oba for the first time at Saturday night's main event and liked him. And then you brought him out at the Rumble. And did you do enough in the Rumble to make him seem like a big deal? But again, like, how many people did you reach? You're not going to have reached 100% of wrestling fans. It hasn't been enough time. It's only been a couple of shows. So, Oba being in a big match at WrestleMania, definitely. Giving him a good Mania, definitely. But I can't support him going after the title, because I don't think you've done enough builds. You've got to think there's so many people out there that haven't seen him. There's loads of kids that just watch Raw and SmackDown, and that's it. So it's going to take time. $1 Million Man made that comment, didn't he, back in the day, which resonates with me, which is, it takes a lifetime to get over, but when you're over for life. And it takes a long time to build someone. There are shortcuts you can take. Obviously, you can really give them all the opportunities in the world. But just out of interest, should we have a look, see where Oba is worldwide Google searches? There we go. Flat line up until we get to Saturday night's main event and Royal Rumble. So there we go. So Roman Reigns, I don't know quite what this metric is, but 44 times the star that Obafemi is. I mean, yes, we need to build new stars, but we also need people to tune into WrestleMania, and we need people to be excited for WrestleMania. And I'm not talking hardcore fans, because they'll tune in anyway. So we're not talking hardcore fans. We're talking casual fans, people that watch once in a while, people that, you know, treat WrestleMania like the Super Bowl. You know, loads of people don't watch football, but they'll tune in on Sunday for the Super Bowl, right? Millions of people around the world will do that. I mean, to be honest, I don't watch football, but of course it's the Super Bowl, so you go, am I going to watch that? Am I? I don't know. I mean, I've decided I'm not. But it's a question that you end up asking yourself, right? Are you going to watch it or are you not going to watch it? And I think a lot of people treat WrestleMania the same. A lot of people won't watch anything else. Maybe the Rumble. People do love the Rumble. So maybe the Rumble's the exception, where maybe people treat the Rumble like the Super Bowl as well. So, again, how much exposure is Obafemi getting? We've got a lot of work to do. Cody Rhodes is, according to this, 16 times bigger than Obafemi right now. Jey Uso is 6 times bigger. Should we just have a look at LA Knight? Because LA Knight, I think, is quite interesting. LA Knight is about Jay's level, which feels about right, actually, doesn't it? That feels about right. Jay is at a 6. LA Knight is at a 7. Actually, this is quite interesting. Should we have a look at Rhea Ripley? Just chuck Rhea in. I genuinely don't know what Rhea Ripley's going to come out as. She is 17? What? Look at that. I had no idea. She is Cody level. I would have said if I was to predict, I would have said 12. If I was to predict, I would have gone 12. 17 is crazy. But she's over, man. She's popular. She is popular. So, Cody, Roman, Jay, Oba, LA Knight, Rhea Ripley. That is searches worldwide, web searches over the past 5 years. Now, does that tell you everything? No, of course it doesn't. That doesn't tell you everything. I mean, there's lots of other indicators, but it's a good little snapshot. It's a good little, why do we keep going back to Roman? Yeah, because he is a country mile ahead of anyone else. Should we have a look at Punk? See where Punk is. What do we think? Do you want to get your predictions in for Punk? Do you want to get your predictions in? What do we think Punk's going to be? If that's 16, 17, this is interesting. I'm going to go 22. What do we think? I'm going to go 22, I think. 21 says Tyler. Joe Hendry. We can do Joe Hendry. We can have a look at Joe Hendry. Tyler thinks 21. I'm thinking 22. Should we have a look? Let's see what we've got. 18. 18 for CM Punk. 18. I thought it would be bigger. A little bit bigger. 18 for CM Punk. And there was a request for Joe Hendry. Does the web believe in Joe Hendry? No. 1. 1 for Joe Hendry. His Obafemi size. But that makes sense. It makes sense because he is not been on the main roster. He has been in a Royal Rumble. He has been at WrestleMania, but he was only a last-minute replacement for Kevin Owens. In fact, we didn't know who it was going to be until the actual show. So he has been in a couple of high-profile matches, but the majority of his time has been a TNA star. You know? The hardcore fan base makes a lot of noise, but I suppose this is the picture, isn't it? The picture is that the noise that you see online is just a percentage, a tiny percentage of the actual wrestling fan base, which is so much bigger, and is full of vast majority of people are casual fans. I feel like you've got all these casual fans that tune in once in a while, keep an eye on things, see if there's anything interesting, but they ain't committing to watching 5 hours a week of wrestling. They ain't got the time, right? Loads of all around the world. They'll tune into Rumble. They'll tune into WrestleMania, right? All of that. And then you've got this little nucleus this little subset of fans, which are the hardcores. It's you and me. We live in this little bit here, not this bit. This little bit. And that is the hardcore fans. And they're the ones that are going, we believe in Joe Hendry like this, and all this, like, who the hell's Joe Hendry? And this, like, we believe. So there we go. I must admit, I did expect it to be higher than 1. I thought it would be... Who got the 6? Jay got the 6. Well, if Jay's getting 6 and LA Knight's getting 7, I would have thought Joe Hendry would have got about a 3. So it was lower than I was expecting still, but... yeah, someone was mentioning about, I don't think I can do any more. I think that's all the ones I can do. Can I delete any? Oh, I can. Let's delete them all. I think we've made the point, right? Delete. Now, this will be interesting because there's Roman, we know, 44. Let's have a look at John Cena. Is this going to be higher or lower? Higher or lower than Roman Reigns? I mean, we are now going into the gods. We're leaving the Obers, the Jey Usos, the LA Knights behind, right? If Cody gets 16 and CM Punk gets 17, what is your John Cena's going to get? You know? What is John Cena going to get? What is Cena going to get? What is The Rock going to get? Akam thinks 20. Darth thinks it's going to be higher. Bishop thinks it's going to be higher. 24, said Darth. Okay, here we go. Higher than Roman Reigns, John Cena. Oh, that's interesting. So it's changed because of the comparison. Because of who we're comparing with, it's changed the numbers, right? So in comparison to John, Roman is behind, yeah. Oh, I wish we'd kept all the other ones around now, because then we would know what John would have got on that scale, right? So Roman, in comparison to Joe Hendry and Cody and all of that, came out as 44. They came out as 16, 17. Compared to just John Cena, it's kind of changed the scale a little bit. So here, John, but the bottom line is John is considerably above, okay? John is bigger than Roman. So John, on this scale, 26, Roman 14. So on that other scale, if that was still around, John would probably be, I don't know, what would he come out as, 55? Something like that, maybe? So yeah, John Cena is bigger than Roman Reigns. Let's chuck The Rock in. Just do you think this will be higher? Is he high? He's got to be, isn't he? He's the most followed guy, plus all the movies and everything. This has got to be the granddaddy, hasn't it? This has got to be number 1. I don't know unless Stone Cold beats him. We could do Stone Cold after. I'm expecting this to be bigger. Oh, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. It's not, Jesus Christ. That is stunning. Look at that. That is absolutely, although Rock might be for the word just rock as well. Do you know what I mean? It might not just be the person. What about if I put The Rock? Yeah, you've got the film. This one's hard, isn't it? That was mind-blowing, but that might include just rocks. Let me try The Rock. Yeah, I mean, it is closer if you do The Rock. It does get closer, but that is still stunning. If you remember, that's Roman. How much Roman destroyed everyone else when we looked? That is Roman compared to John, compared to... On this scale, it's changed it again, because it wants you to be able to see in comparison. I think, I don't know, out of 100 maybe. Is this out of 100? I can't quite figure it out. But I don't think so. You got 78. That is just monstrous. But you might still be picking up. Let's try Dwayne Johnson. There can't be any confusion there, but how many people call him Dwayne Johnson? It's not a fair reflection, is it really? Let's have a look. Look, Dwayne Johnson mentions still beat Roman. More people search for Dwayne Johnson than search for Roman Reigns. 14-18. So John Cena beats Dwayne Johnson. Most people are searching Rock, though, aren't they? The Rock. They're not going to be searching Dwayne Johnson. But still, Dwayne Johnson more than holding his own. Oh, we've got to do Stone Cold, haven't we? This has been quite fun, actually. Stone Cold Steve. Let's have a look. Stone Cold! Oh, I didn't spell it right, that's why. Stone... I don't know if I need all these words. Or do I just need Steve Austin? I think I might just need Steve Austin, but I'll do Stone Cold Steve Austin and see what happens. Did I spell it right? Stone Cold. I did spell it right. Let's go Steve Austin. Hard with these names, actually. What the hell's going on here? Do people call him Stone Cold? Maybe they search Stone Cold. That's better. That's better. So, but then you don't know what else you're picking up, do you, with Stone Cold? But Stone Cold is at least in line with Roman. That's hard, isn't it? Because some people will search Steve Austin. Some people will search Austin. Some people will search Stone Cold Steve Austin. Some people will search... it gets messy, to be honest, with Stone Cold. I don't think you can get a good read. But if you search Stone Cold, it comes back at 14, which is in line with Roman. It is below Cena. That's Cena. No, which one was Cena? That one's Cena. Oh, yeah, we're still searching Dwayne Johnson, aren't we? Dwayne Johnson gets searched more online than Stone Cold does. Anyway, I feel like we've flipping gone around the houses there, and I suppose that's just a glimpse, just a taste, just a little glimpse of what kind of numbers they look at WWE when they're trying to figure out who is it that we need to go for. When they're trying to work out what's our main event of WrestleMania, they want to put on the biggest matches possible. They want to use the biggest stars they've got at their disposal. I'd sort of make the argument that you have to spend the year building up a star to get them ready for WrestleMania. And, there is going to have to be a degree of taking a chance on someone. But, I don't know, man. I mean, you take a chance on someone. I mean, if we were doing Cody Gunther, then, which is the match we probably should be doing. If we were doing Cody Gunther, then that would be us, like, really investing in Gunther, following up on the AJ retirement, following up on the Cena retirement. I would say that would be us taking a chance on someone, putting them in a proper big main event. And then your other match, I think you would just have the Roman Punk thing, right? And maybe you end up doing Jacob Drew, and you end up doing Seth Braun, and you end up doing that. So I think there is an argument to get some new talent up there. You're going to have to at some point. I mean, obviously we can't, otherwise every WrestleMania main event would have been the flipping WrestleMania 1 match just repeated 40 odd times, right? You got to get new talent up there, but I don't think you flood it. I don't think you put all new talent up there. Not in this day and age, not with TKO, not with how much WrestleMania is worth. It was easier back in the day. There wasn't as much, it was a big show, WrestleMania, and it meant a lot. But, I don't know, man. Now it's like, it's become so big. It's actually, I don't want to say too big, but like, you've got places that are bidding like 10 million for WrestleMania. They want people to come to the show because there's an economic boost. Do you know what I mean? Like restaurants, hotels. Like WrestleMania is not in an arena with 20,000. It's in stadiums, 80 odd thousand, 90, and it's 2 days that they've got to try and sell. So you've got to shift tickets. You've got places bidding because economically it works. It's become so big, so valuable. You can't afford to go, oh, let's do Trick Williams versus Oba. We'll do that night one. You can't afford it. You got to drip feed people into that main event scene. I do feel sympathy for him. I really do. I do feel sympathy for him because I think it's it is a difficult one to navigate. Online, people just want those young stars to be put up there because they're bored of the established stars. But it's so big. There's so much money on the line. It's so important that they get it right. That was good, that was. I enjoyed that, chat. Let's... We've got 4 minutes. We do have the new episode up. Glockner said, in the past 24 hours, people in Iowa have searched Chris Jericho more than any other states. Do you know, I'm not very good at using that tool. It's a fantastic tool, Google Trends. It's a brilliant tool. I never ever use it for, like, I'm sure it could help this channel immensely. It's a very powerful tool. I'm rubbish at it. Well, I can use it, but I'm rubbish at using it. Right. We all know the top searches. I mean, if we'd have put Wrestling Daze in there, game over, mate. Game over. For this channel. No one searches for Wrestling Daze. Epstein Lol said, I want them to spotlight Elijah Holyfield. There's a lot of news that they're very impressed with him. He can have a legitimacy gimmick that Lesnar had when he returned. He's got great looks and he looks more intimidating than Jackson Spaghetti Drake. Well, the word on the street is they're very high on Elijah Holyfield. And he's going to have a bright future. But I think it's right that they, do that work and make him ready. I mean, Brock Lesnar was as successful as he was because he was well trained. I mean, he was trained at OVW, came through with that amazing class with Batista and Cena and all of those guys. So we need to do that work where we are training him, getting him ready for whatever lies ahead. And as long as, he gets that investment now, because I mean he's got no previous wrestling experience to my knowledge, so as long as he's getting that good investment now, that good training, we're seeing that development. I mean, when it's time for him to like hit Evolve or NXT and to show us what he can do, hopefully it is going to have that impact. So very exciting prospect that we have not got a chance to see yet. I think he might have done some stuff on LFG, but we've not seen him in Evolve or NXT yet. Right, we are just mere seconds away from starting the stream. So it should be there now. We always just wait, bang, until we get to the hour on pressing play. I have pressed play. Oh, it's a long episode. Sometimes episodes are like 45 minutes. This one's 55 minutes. Guys, this is going to be long. I hope you've got snacks. This is going to be long. So, I am 20 seconds in. It's 55 minutes exactly. Okay, so we are up and running with the Evolve show. Then, now, forever together. Okay, we're just seeing people arriving at the Performance Center, which is really interesting because I didn't think this was in that building. I don't know if the people queuing up outside the Performance Center to get in. I don't know if they're not the people just waiting to get into NXT. I thought this was in the building next door. I'm going to finish the job, says Cam Hendricks. There's Carver. Carver's still around here, hanging with this crew. Braxton Cole, we've seen a bit of him. Let's do a poll, shall we? Are we going to get a new champ tonight? How you feeling, Cam? He's feeling dangerous. Breaking news. Hey! Oh, here's Sean Legacy. Mr. Super Sean Legacy. Is he, So he's got to clean up the locker room. I'm a G like Gully. Right, we are underway with this week's Evolve. Do they have only one theatre in the PC? I don't know. I was always under the impression that this was next door. That because I know all the training moved. All the training moved to a different space because obviously Tyra May's still kicking us off, man. She's a ball of energy and she can really work. And she's an Olympic gold medalist. Look at the energy she's come out with. We've already seen her on NXT. She obviously partnered up with Tavian. Let's go. Didn't she used to come out and give out like a gold medal to people? Do you remember when she used to do that? She had like a little, I think it was a plastic thing, and she'd give it to a kid in the crowd. It's a bit like Brett with the glasses. Looks like we don't do that anymore. Okay, Carly is getting in the ring. So yeah, well, they obviously had to change the PC because it used to have loads of rings in there when the pandemic hit, and they changed it all so that it was just that one ring and a TV set. I was under the impression that this had been set up in the new building that they got, where they had to move all the other rings to, you know, where the wrestlers actually train. They do use the NXT ring, but we've seen a lot of footage where like there's several rings going at the same time. And I believe that's in like a warehouse next door. I was always under the impression that this was in that space. But when we opened up the show, they showed us the performance center. They showed a queue of people. To be honest, though, that queue of people seemed like there was more people in that queue than are in this crowd. I think that queue of people was people going to NXT. I don't think that was footage of people queuing up to get into this show. That's my conspiracy theory for the evening. They have deceived us with the opening footage. That's what I'm saying. I'm not a flat earther, but I do believe that there was some deceptive footage shown at the start of this week's Evolve. Come at me, bro. Come at me. I'm just telling it like it is. Tyra versus Carly. Right now, we've got Tyra with Lovely taking her over. Nice work. Hate Carly Bright Spring here. What are we doing, sister? What are we doing? What is this? It's very bland. It's very uninspiring. It's like someone tried to create a wrestler and they started to do something interesting with the top and then just gave up. Bow and arrow. Bow and arrow by Tyra May Steele. Never. I don't think I've ever seen anyone submit to that move. Tyra May Steele goes over. She's all over. Look at that. Wrapping up the leg. Okay. She's got the leg trapped and she's got a sleeper holder applied. Carly Bright trying to power her way out of this. Carly Bright suggests to me that she is like a bubbly, do you know what I mean? Like Carly Bright. She should be like a Bailey, Kyrie. Oh God, what was her name? The smiley woman that just got pregnant. She should be that sort of a character. Against the ropes. Nice takeover of Tyra May Steele. Kylie Ray. Smiley Kylie Ray. That's who I was thinking of. Nice suplex. Bridges. But only gets 2. If you are just joining us, we are at 7 minutes 21. That's where we are. Don't let anyone tell you any different. We are at 7 minutes 20. I don't know where we are now. 7 minutes 30. She's gone back to that sleeper hold. Not crazy about the use of the sleeper holders as often as what she keeps going back to it. Carly Bright trying to power her way up. Carly Bright showing it, throwing these shots to the midsection. Carly Bright over to the corner. Collides into Tyra May Steele. Tyra May Steele goes down. Tyra May Steele is a little bit dazed. It's a tricky one because Carly Bright does need to not look buried here. I mean, look, Tyra May Steele's winning, but Carly Bright needs to show that she's got a future, you know? So I'm okay with her getting a little bit of offense, but I don't know if it should be this much. She's trying to dig deep. Clothesline. Looking for another clothesline. Tyra, no. Reverse. Carly Bright against the ropes. Neckbreaker. Carly Bright is going to the outside. She's looking to climb up. She is perched, crossbody, gets caught in the air by Tyra May Steele. She's got her up on her shoulders and looking to drive her down. Lovely work there by Tyra May Steele. 1, 2, that could do it. That is the end. Nah. I was hoping for better with that, to be honest, that match. But I've still bought all the stock in Tyra May Steele, and there are still zero regrets. Evolve's resident ray of sunshine. I just don't know where that's meant to be coming across for Carly Bright. I can't say I've detected that she is our resident ray of sunshine. I can vibe with it. I can vibe with this. Okay, we are backstage in the Vanity Project clubhouse. Guys. New year, new Vanity Project. Doubt that. I don't believe that. Days Rumble on Netflix was top 10 in 36 countries after a 2-day window. I think it would have done great numbers. We know last year it got the most views. I think it's probably going to be the same this year, although we don't know the card for Mania yet. You need to wake up. Main man energy. I have really not been enjoying this PCID storyline. Aaron Rourke said he left his number in Jackson Drake's bag. Call him whenever he wants. So, are we doing Cunningham and Cappuccino as the tag team? What happened to Jack Cartwheel and Cappuccino? They were a good team. Adrenaline drip. Okay, looks like we've gone to a commercial. Saturday, Chicago. I don't see Tyra on the main roster. She can wrestle. She just can't tell a story with the movements. She needs to show less hesitation when she explodes. I mean, it's. I think at this stage, you know, has she got a moveset? Has she got an energy? What's her charisma like? I mean, I'd imagine teaching her would be like a sponge where she would just be like taking all of this information. So, I mean, I feel like you've got someone there that, yeah, ain't getting to the main roster this year. Might not even make it there next year, but with work, you know, she's at that Evolve level right now. With work, I think we can really, really get somewhere. I've got high hopes for Tyra May Steele, but I certainly can't sit here and paint a picture that was anything more than a bit of a standard affair. That opening match. We are at commercial break, and I am paused at 13:10 at the moment. Maybe when Vanilla Project go to NXT, they could bring in Kit Wilson as a mentor. The gimmicks would suit each other. Big fan of Tubi. One of these days, I'm going to watch some other than Evolve. Chris, you and me. Same page. Right, here we go. We got something in Nikita. We got Ariana Grace. We got Nikita. Why haven't they slept? I've missed some. We've got to be nice and we got to be kind. I love your fur. Nikita looks like she's really put a lot of work into getting into some sort of shape here. Not that she wasn't looking great before, but she seems to have really hit the gym, and I don't know if she's changed like her nutrition or her workout kind of schedule. I don't know. I have no idea what's happening. I can't remember. They are acting like they've not been sleeping and they need to be nice now. Do you want to collab with us? Yeah, of course. Yeah, this would be great. What is this? What am I watching? What is this? What happened to the game we love? What happened to the game we love? Drake Moreau. Is that? I think that's his name. I don't even know. Oh, yeah, this was the guy I was quite confused by, wasn't he? Because he's from the Bayou. But he is like Mardi Gras. And then people were telling me that New Orleans is in a bayou. And I was like, but the music sounds like Skinner. Skinner. Drake Moreau getting in the ring. He's taking on Sam Holloway. I don't know how you spell Holloway's name. Holloway. I love Sam Holloway, and I see so much opportunity to give him an interesting gimmick. Okay, first of all, graphics look horrible. They need to go. Don't hate the music. Don't hate the music. Don't hate the music. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, the music stops for a second there. He definitely needs to do something quite impressive when that music stops, because it just stops. He needs to, at that moment, he needs to be like, wow, something. He needs to do something when the music stops, and then it comes back in. Dun-na-na. Dun-na-na. He's a big guy. He's got an interesting look. I hate what he's wearing. I hate the beards. I am into this though. I am into this. Let's have a look. Let's have a little look, shall we? Locking up at the moment. Holloway going back against the ropes over the other sides. Good. Both are big, actually. Look at the side. Both are. Holloway's a big guy, but Drake Moreau is right up there with him in size. Two big men going at it. Oh, nice speed there by Drake Moreau. That was good. Nice bit of speed by Drake Moreau. Holloway went down. Holloway rolls over. Leapfrog there by Holloway. Nice. Head scissor takeover by Drake Moreau. Drop kick. I tell you what, Drake Moreau's a big guy, but he's got good movement. Yeah, he's like a more exciting Josh Briggs. Drake Moreau picks up Sam Holloway, side slam, Holloway down. Holloway's coming across right now like a bit of a lump. He does not have the fluidity of Drake. Not keen on that. I'm sure he can do that better. He doesn't have the fluidity of Drake Moreau so far. At the moment, he's just getting flipping murked. Holloway over against the rope. Shot coming in. This is where the big man, well, they're both big men, but this is where Sam Holloway needs to find a way back in. Do something hard hitting. Leapfrog again. Big boot. Yes. Big boot. I also wouldn't have hated a massive clothesline, like take his head off, you know? Something. Oh, that boot was nice, actually. Now, look, that was good. He needed that. Chop coming in the corner. Moreau, that was nice little chop. This is better. This is Sam Holloway's wheelhouse. Big boots, chops. It's the Gunther moveset. Another big shot coming in as Drake Moreau goes down. Not a difference in styles, actually, with Drake Moreau being a lot more agile. Drake looks like that toothless dude, said Joe. You're getting a bit of Shiloh Hill in there. I can see that. Maybe if Josh Briggs and Shiloh Hill had a love child. Nice. Drake Moreau's bigger than Shiloh, so he's certainly got a bigger size to him. But yeah, Shiloh Hill's older brother. Sam Holloway looking for a pin. Let's get rid of the... yeah, I think that's fair. We've had 60-odd feedbacks in, and you lot are just as excited about Tyra May Steele as I am. 53%. That's 30 of you voting that that Tyra May Steele Carly Bright match was an all-time offering. If that was 53 all-time, this one is... It could be record-breaking, honestly. And by the time we get to that flipping championship match, we're going to be absolutely destroying the rating system. Right now we got Drake getting hung out on that top rope. Clothesline, big shot coming in there by the big man. Holloway on the outside, looking to go over. Oh, that was quite nice, actually. Steps on the ropes, launches himself off, delivers an elbow. That was quite nice. Millennial said, Tyra May Steele, wrestler of the... Oh, she's off to a hot start. This is the first match I've seen of her in 2026, and she's just delivered an all-time 53, which kind of puts her up there with, like, the main event of WrestleMania 40. Which is, that is a serious achievement in the opening match of Evolve. So good. Big boots. Down goes Holloway. Jackson Drake, Cam Hendricks, our main event tonight. No one is in the VIP lounge at the moment. Holloway is struggling. We're seeing Drake get back into this. I kind of like Drake's gear. It looks a little like he's had it a while, though. It looks a little worn, a little dirty. It could be, like, more vibrant. That would be my only criticism. The sides look good, but the main pattern looks a little worn. Nice drop kick there by Sam. Drake goes to the outsides. Holloway, go on, big man. Go on, big man. Go over the top. Here we go. Against the ropes. Go on, Holloway. Big man. Big air. You almost got caught on the ropes. He almost got a little bit caught on the ropes, but he made it. Holloway. 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 Let's go. Back in the ring goes Drake. Holloway is climbing up. Big air again off the top. Rolls through. Look at that. Agility. Oh, not a brilliant clothesline by Drake, but it's against the ropes. He's going for it again. That's better. That was a better one. Is that going to put Holloway away? 2, 3. It does. It's a big win for Drake Moreau. Big win for Drake Moreau. The boy from the Bayou gets it done. And, guys, we need to get your thoughts on that match. We need to know if that is our second all-time match of the evening or not. This is on course to be one of the greatest shows we have ever seen. Big boot there by Drake. Nice exploder suplex by Sam. I thought there was some good action in this match, you know. That was, look at that. Felt like his knee, you can see the rope just sort of wobbling. I think he clipped it. Nice boot. I love that big boot earlier from Sam as well. Yeah. I think tape study on that would be really fun. I think there'd be lots in there that you'd be like, that's great. But there'd be bits in there you'd be like, tweak that, change that, drop that. I really want to hear Booker T give tape feedback. Here's Chewy. The Bayou is proud of you. Team PC don't represent the whole performance center. I'm going to get that men's Evolve championship. Okay, Dante Chen, Chill London coming up. Our main event, of course, for the Evolve Championship. Kendal Gray, Carmen Petrovic, Women's Evolve Championship next Wednesday. Oh my God, we've got some Grey Graps. We've got some Grey Graps next week. Let's go. Grey Graps, Grey Graps, Grey Graps. Definitely here for that. Honestly, I don't mind a bit of Carmen Petrovic. Oh, we're going to do a face-off between the two of them. Kendal Gray, Carmen Petrovich, face to face. Let's go. There's nothing like this universe. Guys, it's paused. It's paused at 26:14. I must say, the show's going by pretty quick. It's going by pretty quick. Keegan said, the drinks that I'm drinking to restore my strength, my body armors, if you guys have heard of those, are body arm. I've not heard of them. Is Drake Monroe secretly wishing he was Blake Monroe with that rhyming name? It's a good question, Shining Wizards. It's a good question. He hasn't referred to himself as the Glamour yet, but we'll keep an ear out. What's this? There's a painting in a garage. Thumbtack. What's thumbtack? Don't know how to handle all this. Thumbtack knows. Hire the right pro today. Thumbtack, we know homes. Fox One. Guys, you can enjoy all these Fox channels on Fox One. Yes. We're back. Okay, I'm at 26:18. 26:20, 26:21, 26:22, 26:23. That's where I am. We are just looking at some of these live events that are coming up. We got a bit of a Road to WrestleMania tour. There's nothing like live. 9 brand new events. Okay, here's Sean Legacy is cleaning up the locker room. Guys, these guys are such bullies. We're here to help Sean clean. Cam Hendrick said, make sure you get that champagne ready. Ah, yes! Yes! The man is back. It's goal. This is my guy. It's go. Why is Aaron Rourke going off on its goal? He ain't even been around. It's goal. Aaron Rourke just had a right go at its goal there. He had a right go at him. I mean, its goal didn't even do anything. It didn't even do anything. All he did was arrive. We haven't seen him in ages, and Aaron Rourke's like, oh, you could be here helping us, but instead you're running around doing your it's goal stuff. I mean, I know tensions are high and people are upset and whatnot, but oh my God. That went from 0 to 100 rather quickly. Where's the It's Goal merch? Oh my God, WWE shop. Why do you refuse to make... If we'd have put It's Goal on that Google Trends thing, he would have humbled John Cena. Dante Chen versus... He's taking on Trill London, isn't he? Trill London, we've seen a few little video packages for him, but I still ain't got a read of him. Here's Trill, London. Yeah, if you search Evolve, like, nothing comes up. The WWE Universe has gotten to know Trill. You can get... Trill London. I'm just looking at this. I went to WWE shop. They didn't have anything, so I got upset and I clicked on auctions. And you can get a signed Cody Intercontinental belt at the moment. Signed Bret Hart. Signed Pentacat. Signed pictures. Signed Pops. Roman Reigns 1285 at the moment. You can get an authentic Event War Damian Priest shirt. That's goodbye, Trill. Authentically event worn LA Knight shirt, yeah. New Day autographed. What are them? Event worn Lyra entrance feathers. $90 for some feathers. Blimmin' hell. You'd have to be a big Lyra fan, wouldn't you? That is crazy. There's the trash can lid from Blake and John. So the person that bought the trash can didn't get the lid. Someone bought the trash can. They didn't get the lid. WWE. I mean, I know about being money hungry, but that is just next flipping level, isn't it? Dude bought the trash can, didn't even get the lids. That is mental. That is crazy. Signed Lita, Jade Cargill, Kalani Jordan, little things. Bit of table. Tony Ober from Halloween Havoc. You can have a bit of table in your house if you'd like that. Trill gets the ropes. Dante. Oh, take over there by Trill. Trill keeping a hold of the arm. Dante Chen down, trying to get back up to his feet. What does the back of his shirt say? Bad? I didn't catch it. Yeah, that last match, it wasn't well received. That one's come out as Bad 42. That is a shame. I think that makes that last match our worst match we've ever had, actually. To be honest, I agree. I wanted Sam Holloway to get the win. I was disappointed. Bang. Slam there by Trill. Dante. Elbow. Going for the cover. 1, 2. Kick out there by Trill. This is our third match of the evening. Dante going over. Trill in the corner. Trill goes over the other side into the corner. I like how he kept a hold of him, actually. Hurls him in the corner, but keeps a hold of the arm. Chucks him back into the corner, still keeping a hold of the arm. If you are joining us, we got the Evolve Championship being defended tonight in our main event. At the moment, I am at 33-34. It's going quite quick. I mean, I suppose we've still got 20-odd minutes. We've still got to hear from Kendal. Trill getting driven down. 1, 2. Oh. Yeah, we've got to hear from Kendal and Carmen Petrovic. And we have also got the championship match. Right now we got Trill in real trouble over against the ropes, taking on the very experienced Dante Chen. Dante's been in WWE for quite a while now. Shots coming in there by Trill. Shot coming back by Dante. I want to look at cage match, actually, because I say he's been in for a while, but I can't tell you since when. Dante picking up Trill. Trill landing on his feet. Dante Chen. Oh, roll through by 1. Oh, no joy. Up on his feet, picking up Trill. Got him on his shoulders. Goes for a big boot. Oh. Yeah, that was a big high-risk move. Okay, Dante Chen made his debut in 2021. So this is going to be his 5th year in developmental. I mean, listen, there's other people that have been in developmental longer than that, but... 1, 2... On NXT Level Up, he was taking on people like Zion Quinn, do you remember him? Damon Kemp, Stax, Trick Williams, Ikemen Jiro, do you remember the jacket guy? He was taking on those people on NXT Level Up back in 2022. Dante is standing over Trill. Trill, I like Trill's selling, bit of selling here. He pushes Dante back. Dante with a big boot. Trill goes down. Oh, beginning of the end. There we go. Knocks him down. 1, 2, 3. Dante wins. Seeb said, Daze, if a wrestler gave you their war match at an event, would you sell it for millions or keep it for memories? I would probably, depending on what it was. I mean, I would almost certainly, whatever it was, keep it for a bit. I'd like to get like a bit of a man cave and whatever it was. I mean, I suppose it depends what it is. But, you know, you'd probably want to get that in a frame or however you're going to do, depending what it is. Get it on display. I think I've got that image in my mind of, you know, in America, those kind of basements where you kind of go down and then you've got like a bit of a man cave with a TV and a sofa and like ornaments on the wall, whatever. So I would keep it for that. But, yeah, I mean, as you get older and you have kids and the kids grow up and whatever, you might start looking at some of that stuff going, probably need to sell some of this now. Get a bit of money for the kids, the college fund, that kind of stuff, you know. Your priorities probably shift. It's hard, and it depends what it is. I mean, it depends what it means to you and if you can bear to part with it. Okay. Here's Kendal and Carmen sit-down interview. When you walk into the grey area, you don't walk out the same. I don't think the grey area is a good place to be, is it? I suppose that's the point she's making. You're looking past me, which is ironic because people used to look past you. It's a good line. It's a good line from Carmen. You've had some big wins. Pretty standard stuff, honestly. Not much in there. I did like that line about people have looked past you just the same way you're looking past me. I like that line. Okay, we've gone to commercial break. They are advertising Gain, and I don't know what Gain is. It seems to be some sort of conditioner. I don't know. But they are advertising that. And we're at 38:48 right now. Nearly 40 minutes into this show. I must admit, it has gone fast. It has gone quickly. Sonny, hello. They're not letting me go to hospital. I've got an appointment on Friday, but something has busted in my stomach and they're not taking it serious. Oh, Sonny. I feel horrible. Have you Googled? It's the lower side of my stomach. I think it's my kidney. if you're that concerned, can you not call like for an ambulance or something, depending on how serious you think it is? I mean, obviously, if you've got an issue there and you really think it needs medical attention, like, you're not wasting anyone's time, are you? I don't have any problems with suggesting that you call them for an ambulance or any medical attention, because I think the reason why people, like, you know, don't like time wasters and people wasting people's time is because you get a lot of people that do it just for attention. But if you've got a proper actual medical problem, something that you genuinely feel, because no one's going to know your body better than you do, and if you've got something that you genuinely think needs to be looked at, then I don't see any reason why you can't get that. There are prisoners in prison that get medical attention, Sonny. You should not be having medical attention denied of you. So, you know, that is a very basic human right. So there is no reason as to why. The people that work here won't call an ambulance. They won't let me call it here. People that work here at the assisted living space. Well, what is it they're saying? Can you not just can you not get to the phone? Have you not got a mobile phone? What are they saying? Are they saying that they know what it is or anything, or are they medically trained themselves? I mean, maybe if they've got, if they work in an assisted living place and they've got some medical training and they have an idea as to what it is, maybe you'd feel a bit more comfortable. Like, you know, I don't know. I don't like this situation. I don't like it at all. I certainly, it doesn't make me feel very comfortable. I haven't called on my phone. They're saying if it was serious, that I would be screaming very loud. They don't have medical training. But they ain't got a flipping clue, have they? They haven't got a clue as to... That's a stupid answer. Is there can you get a taxi or something rather than, I mean, like, obviously an ambulance is like the most extreme thing. Is there like a taxi that maybe you could call? Is there like an accident, an emergency that you can go to? Here in the UK, if you have an issue like that and you really just like, you can't wait to get to a doctor. You need it looked at now. We have like an accident emergency. I'd imagine you have the same. It's a real hard one to advise on because obviously we're not there. So it's a hard one to give advice to. The bottom line is this. If you want medical attention, you have medical attention. To me, that's the bottom line. If you really feel like it needs looking at, you get it looked at. And you don't take no for an answer. You could get an Uber to the hospital, said Akeem. Yeah. Yeah. I'd have to go to Windsor, and the lady that came upstairs to check on me said wait until Friday for an appointment. But I don't know what's going to happen by then. And I don't have any money on me, says Sonny. Well, the only thing I can do, being this far away for you, is to give you that advice, which is... the option is obviously always there for an ambulance. You need to sort of figure out how you're feeling. You'll know how you felt before, how you're feeling now. And, you'll know if, like, you can wait till Friday. I don't know if you can maybe have some water, have a drink, get some liquids in, see how it is. But I don't know, man, that kind of stuff you don't want to mess around with. I mean, you don't want it to turn out to be an appendix issue or something like this. My cousin just had that. So, yeah, it's really hard to give advice. The bottom line for me is if you if you feel like you can like make it, like it hurts a little bit, but you're like, okay, let's see how it is tomorrow type thing. Then maybe, you know, you can see how it is tomorrow. And if it's still hurting, maybe you could have a word with them. But if it is, no. If it's just, I think you would know. I think I would know. If I'm worried enough where I need attention, there ain't nothing stopping me getting attention. So yeah, Sonny, you're going to have to do what you think is right for you. And if that means call in for an ambulance or something, do it. If you haven't got the money to get an Uber and no one there is willing to take you, you're an adult now. You got to make that decision. Over against the ropes goes Cam. We are underway with this main event. Cam in the middle of the ring. Edward said, have you got those kind of urgent care emergency rooms like we do here? Sonny says we do, but wait times can be very long. Same here. Exactly the same boat. Okay, right now, Jackson Drake in the middle looking for a test of strength. We've got 10 minutes left in Evolve. Headlock being applied there by Jackson Drake. Jackson over against the ropes. And, yeah. Yeah, we're seeing a lot of outside interference here, which is a real shame. I mean, I don't understand why we don't remove these people from the ringside area. Championship match like this. I mean, look at all the people that are coming round and, yeah, get rid of them, ref. You, yeah. Out of there, goods. Yeah, get rid of the others as well. Hey, you. Out of there, goods. Yeah, goods. That needed to happen. It should have happened from the beginning. Okay, we've gone to another commercial break. So, it's just an NXT advert, though, that I think's built in. What is this an advert for? To make history, you gotta do what you gotta do. It's an NXT advert. I think it's just an advert for NXT. There we go. NXT. All new episodes on Tuesdays. Thanks. Okay, we are back underway then. Jackson Drake, Cam Hendricks, everyone removed from ringside and we can get stuck into the meat of this one. So that's third match. People enjoyed it. It got all-time 47, so we are back on track. Headlock is in there by Cam Hendricks. Robert Stone said that if Cam Hendricks gets the win here, Team PC are going to take Evolve in a new direction. He's in control at the moment. Jackson Drake is struggling. We could end up with a new champ here. I mean, I'm going to say fair play to Cam Hendricks because he has actually got me rooting for Jackson Drake, you know. Jackson Drake getting back up to his feet. Cam Hendricks getting driven back. Duck underneath there by Jackson Drake. Nice enziguri kick. Cam Hendricks goes over against the ropes. Jackson over the other side. Collides into the back there of Cam Hendricks, who was over against the ropes. Jackson. There are Jackson chants. I think I might have heard some Hendricks chants. I'm not sure. Definitely heard Jackson chants, though. Kicks coming in there by Jackson. Goes for another one. His leg is grabbed. Picking him up. Lands on his feet. Goes back to the corner. Big boot coming in there by Jackson Drake. Big shot coming in. People might be actually a bit more engaged with Evolve after the fact that we had quite a few Evolve talents featured recently in that NXT ladder match. Jackson Drake, Super Sean Legacy, Keanu Carver, all of those are featured on Evolve tonight. Obviously, Grey Graps coming through as well. So there's a lot of reasons to be excited about what Evolve has been doing. Look at this right now. Jackson, oh no. Cam Hendricks. Jackson lands on his feet. Blocks that shot. That was really good. Nice. German into a bridge. Kick out by Cam Hendrick. That was nice. He's a big guy, Cam Hendrick. So Jackson being able to deliver that German was good. Both guys are down at the moment. Benny said, I'll never forget when... Oh, it's gone. Message has gone. Daze, did you see that Waller was under the mask and it'll be revealed as Seth? No. But where's that been reported, Asib? Has that just come through, or? Shot coming in. Over against the ropes goes Cam Hendricks. Leapfrog. Whoa! Referee gets knocked down. Drop kick. Referee is down. Okay, who's come out? Who's this? Oh, right, now we've got people coming in. Referee's down. Referee's down, and so that means that Team PC is in. Oh, God, you hate to see it. Oh, but here comes Legacy, Aaron Rourke, Holloway, Cappuccino Jones. PC, ID, Keanu Carver, the Beast. He was so good last night. He looked so good at the end of that match. They gave him a real Superman type moment where he exploded from under those ladders. Jackson Drake went in the crowd. Sean Legacy went under that platform. It was him and it was Ricky battling for the title. So real good ending to that match. Swipe right chance. Swipe right chance. Aaron Rourke's in there. Bang. Double knees. I don't remember the name of that guy. Keanu Carver goes to the outside. Keanu and Sam Holloway. That would be more exciting if Sam Holloway hadn't lost earlier. That would be good, actually. Right now, Legacy over the top. Lands on top of the PC guys. Bang. Kicks coming in there by Swipe Right. They're working together on Cam Hendricks. Going up. They're looking to put the big man to Daze. Oh, look at that. It's like a coup de grace. Like a coup de grace. Right now, we got Cappuccino. The Froggy what? The Froggy Brew Elbow. He's going for the cover. Referee is in. Jackson, 1, 2, 3. Jackson retains. Jackson Drake retains thanks to all the shenanigans. Every shenanigan that we could get our hands on, we just put into that match. All of the shenanigans. Dun-dun-dun. Dun-dun-dun. Swipe Right said Shining Wizard. Millennial said AJ Styles will be on Steph's podcast to talk about what happened on Saturday. I think he's staying. I don't think he's going to spit on What's Your Story. He's spitting on What's Your Story, said Millennial. Yeah, he might be staying, but what do you mean staying as in wrestling? What did happen to Jack Cartwheel? Well, he showed up in AAA a few times. So I don't know if they've been like focusing more in AAA. Oh, Cartwheel is letting Jackson Drake know I'm coming for this. You owe me. And Jackson Drake like me, I owe you. I don't think I do. Football Talk said, did you see the rumours going around? The main source being High Spot Podcast. That it was Waller under the mask. High Spot Podcast. I could believe that Waller was under the mask because there was a picture of Waller and the person under the mask, and you could see a similarity. So I could believe that. But when have we ever been using High Spot Podcast as a source? It's hardly PW Insider, is it? I'm not going to say that that's not going to work, but I would take that with a massive, massive pinch of salt. I would take that with a massive pinch of salt. High Spot Podcast. I mean, yeah, look, it's noteworthy, it's a talking point, but I would take it with a big pinch of salt. When do we ever talk about High Spot Podcast and their scoops? Okay, there we go. That was Evolve. Days, I'll never forget when Carmen live fought James in the chat. That was an awesome dream match. AJ will be on Steph's podcast. Okay. Yeah, get your thoughts in. Get your thoughts in. Waller would be a good story if it's true, said Akeem. Waller doesn't have that beard, says Shining Wizards. Oh, you can quickly grow a beard, bud. You can quickly grow a beard. What Days, would you like to see Unreal NXT? Don't mind. Not as desperate. I think it's more interesting with the main roster. So, yeah, I think, yeah, for me, it is more interesting if it is main roster stuff, WrestleMania, Royal Rumble. Seeb said, where would we rank the Seth Punk promo on the final Raw of 2024 compared to Roman Punk? Don't know, honestly. I would have to go back and rewatch it. Seth and Punk have had quite a few promo exchanges, so I'd need to go back and rewatch the one from the final Raw, because I might get like stuff mixed up with another one that they've done, you know. Millennial said, what the hell happened to the NXT hacker or observer? Oh, we spoke about that. The NXT Anonymous. NXT Anonymous was I think just a technique that we use to kind of eavesdrop on conversations. So it's just a technique that we use to just have a little look to see kind of what was happening and things that we shouldn't really be seeing. I don't think that we were ever meant to find out really who was behind it. They can always reveal someone behind it, but I don't know. We've been doing that for so long now. I think it might be a little difficult to actually make it a person. I think, to be honest, the truth is that they just use it as a way of showing us things where, you know, that happened before the show, or, you know, kind of where cameras aren't around. So I think it's more just a technique, really. If they are saying that it was Waller but revealed to be Seth, Waller was just so Seth didn't make the trip. Yeah. I mean, I could believe it because of, you know, we said the person that gets revealed doesn't necessarily need to be the person that was under the mask. So I could believe it, but I'm going to try and do Unseen tonight because we haven't done one for a couple of days. That will obviously feature, but, you know, just like I'm saying here, I will say there, take it with a big pinch of salt. I'm ready now for people to jump in and tell me that the person was Waller, Seth's going to be revealed, and this is 100%. And it's like, no, I'm not feeling that way. It's a rumor, but it's coming from a source that we don't use. And so for me, it's worth knowing, but maybe it shifts it a bit more in that direction, but it's far from guaranteed in my mind. Big Time said the NXT men's division, I thought this week had the best spotlight with the ladder match. If it actually felt like we were showcasing new faces, which in turn boosts their status. I'm more intrigued for the newer faces after being skeptical, says Big Time. Steve said, do we think it's not good for Cody as the so-called quarterback not being in the feud for Mania? Well, he is in the feud for Mania, isn't he? Him and Drew. I mean, Roman and Punk is obviously a big deal, but Roman and Cody and Drew is meant to be for the WWE Championship. So, yeah, I mean, he's still in the mix. He's still in the hot feuds. I still don't know which one's main event in what night. If I was a betting man, I would say probably they go Roman CM Punk for night 2. But Cody shifts a lot of merch, as we saw from those numbers before we started. Roman is by far the biggest star, so I think if they do go that direction, it's probably because of Roman's appeal that they put that as night 2. But I mean, Cody's still right up there with the likes of CM Punk. CM Punk and Cody were very close with web searches and engagement over the last 5 years, according to Google Trends. We didn't look at Drew, actually. I don't know where Drew is. But yeah, considering Cody has just main evented WrestleMania 39, WrestleMania 40, WrestleMania 41. Not a problem for him to not do night 2, but I mean, even if he doesn't do night 2, it looks like he's going to do night 1. Steve said, just say NXT Anonymous was Ava and that they caught her and that's why she's gone. Yeah, but the only problem with that is you wouldn't be able to use NXT Anonymous anymore, would you? And I think they will still want to use it. Big Time said, Daze, how refreshing was it tuning into Raw that actually opened differently, where we didn't have the dreaded opening live promo that goes nowhere most weeks? Yeah, I thought there was. I thought the open to Raw was great. Calvin said, could we get the chair to the back moment with Theory doing it to Bron? Yeah, there's a chance of it. Some people are thinking that's where the mystery person's going to go. Millennial said, to be fair, I don't think it's fair to use Google Trends. You went last 5 years, and where was Cody 5 years ago? Where was Roman? They were different times. 5 years was a bit too long in today's world. Yeah, but it was a snapshot, wasn't it? I mean, if we was to go like 3 years, maybe you're right, maybe that gap closes. But I don't think anyone would expect Roman to not be above Cody. I mean, I can do it. It's not a problem. I'm not going to hide away from if there is a criticism there that we did it wrong or something. The point we were making was more a general point, you know, which was, I think the question came out like, why did we keep going back to Roman? You know, why aren't we building new stars? And the point I was trying to make was that, well, we're not doing that because, well, we are trying to build new stars, but the reason why we go back to Roman is because I don't know if you realise just how big of a deal he is. Like, just how popular he is. So it was never really about, oh, you've done it wrong. You've only gone the past 5 years and where was Cody and blah, blah, blah. But if that is the criticism, then let's go. When did Cody come back? Was it 2022 he came back? 2022 WrestleMania? Yeah, it was. It was, because WrestleMania 36 was 2020, 37 was 2021, and then it was 38 he came back, so that would be 2022. So I don't know, is 2023 okay? 2023, 2026. If I go 2020, I could go 2022, but I don't know. He's back at this point. So let's apply that. So there's Cody. So 31-22. So it does narrow it, but Roman is still ahead over that time period. Let's put in CM Punk, because you can make the same argument that it's not fair for him. 21-22. So the numbers still remain where Roman is considerably ahead, 50% ahead of Cody. Cody and CM Punk are still in line with each other. So, I mean, I will admit that gap is not as big as what we saw when we did a 5-year range. Your point is valid, but it's not the point we were trying to make. It wasn't like this was like Roman is bigger than Cody, and Cody is about in line with CM Punk, and these numbers kind of back that up as well. Where's Drew out of interest for over the past 3 years? 5. So that's Drew. That's lower than I was expecting, actually. But I think there's been quite a bit of frustration with the way that Drew has been booked in recent kind of times. I don't know who else is worth looking at. Roman, Cody and Punk are in line over the last 3 years. Roman is streets ahead. Brock could be interesting, actually. I would expect his number to be good. Yeah. So Brock in line with Cody and Punk, which, if you think about how absent he's been, that is actually quite good. So he's in line with Punk and Cody. I mean, wow, that Drew one is really quite eye-opening. Where would Gunther be? I mean, 3 years, has he been on the main roster that time? Probably. I'm expecting... Wow. I was expecting that to be really low. He's the purple line. He's had a real boost with retiring John. I mean, he's really benefited there because of the John retirement. You can see that like real uptick. But that purple line is kind of hard to track, actually. But that purple line is not too bad. There it is, look. So that purple line is doing quite a good job. It's up. It's really up amongst them. So that purple line's done well over the last 3 years to be in amongst them. But then if you think about that, he's been world champion twice. He was in big feud with Jay, main evented SummerSlam, retired Goldberg, they've given him plenty of stuff to get his teeth into. And so, yeah. And the down with this, if we're going to be honest, is what else could be searched that's Gunther related, So maybe it's picking up a bit of other people things. Drew McIntyre, do people just search McIntyre? Would that boost his a bit more? But you can make that argument with, do people just search Cody? Do people just search Lesnar? I mean, the fact that Cody, Punk, Brock have all come out pretty level, I think is really interesting. For Drew McIntyre to be that far down, I mean, maybe if we just search McIntyre, but then you're going to pick up anyone that's called McIntyre, aren't you? I'd expect this to be better, yeah. But I don't know how reflective that is. This is where it gets tricky. McIntyre at 22. What about any other McIntyre that's out there that gets like searched? Drew is very specific, Drew McIntyre. Cody Rhodes is very specific. Roman Reigns is very specific. So, yeah. But the bottom line is, even if we say that Drew, people search Drew, people search McIntyre, people search Drew McIntyre, that should actually be bigger, right? Let's say that it's kind of up here with the Gunthers and the Codys and whatever. You've still got Roman that's out by, a good distance there. Nothing's getting close to Roman unless you go Rock or whatever. And that was our original point. Our original point was that Roman is far and away, like, you know, the trailblazer. Seeb said Roman Punk is going to be the main feud. Punk said today on live him and Roman are night 2. Oh, did he? I didn't hear him say that. I heard him say that he didn't think that night 1 or night 2 made any difference. Just like how it was Lollapalooza, the festival. He's like, don't matter if you main event what night, you're a headliner. But I didn't hear him come out and say that he is definitely night 2. Are you sure that he said that? He came out and said, have I just read that right? Today on live TV, he said he and Roman are night 2. I'll have to look and see what we've got on this because... Oh, an hour ago. Oh, okay. Well, this is why I've not seen it. So an hour ago, during the Resno contest interview, CM Punk Roman Reigns is going to main event night 2. He referenced people bringing up AEW Mania main event promo. They're the easiest ones to work. Don't know. Okay, an hour or 2 hours ago, whilst we were doing this stream, he's gone on to an interview to say he's going to main event night 2. Well, there we go. Well, that takes the mystery out of it. Rather than debating as to which one is going to be main event in what night, he's just come out and said that he is main event night 2. The comments he had made earlier in the day is that it didn't matter. That's what he had said earlier in the day, and he compared it to Lollapalooza. So, okay, interesting. Daze, why did Chelsea wait a whole week to quote that Michael Hayes quote? She knows her role. Nothing new was said, but it comes across like her trying to get fan sympathy. She claimed that she hadn't seen it. I don't know how true that is. I agree. I think it feels to me like it's being used to get fan sympathy as well. Which, you know, is probably not a bad thing, is it? Just to kind of get people riled up that, oh my God, she deserves better and all of that. Like, why not use it? The only risk that you run is if you kind of upset the company by doing that. Because, you know, the company like to have control. Certainly Vince did. I mean, if you was to do that to Vince, I don't think he would have appreciated it at all. So, yeah. She's been very active on social media. Yeah, I mean, like, you would expect that she would have seen it. I would have expected that she would have seen it. But, yeah, interesting. Okay, I think we're done. I think we're ready to wrap it up. So there we go. That was Evolve, and our main event came out as just being good. People weren't, like, blown away by it. Good 94 is what our main event got. Okay, tomorrow we're back with a member stream. We're back with the Wrestling Escape Pods. And, of course, on Friday, we are back with SmackDown. So thanks a lot for joining and sharing your thoughts. And we will see you again next time. Bye for now.